it's Subway Pontypridd. Can I take your order, please?
Speaking to me now, world-class flyweight boxer Andrew Selby. Excellent to see you, Andrew. Really pleased to see you back in a boxing gym.
Yeah.
Last time I spoke to you, you were in my stag, training with Daniel Chapman.
Yeah, there as well.
Can you just tell us what happened with that training with Daniel?
Training was going great up Daniel's. He saved me. Saved me and got me back into boxing. So I went down a bad slippery slope. But then I come back to Barry and I thought I was going to retire. But I just missed it. Even though I've always said boxing it ain't my sport, but I'm actually focusing now on going into the ring, and I actually want to beat up on people now. So you'll see a better me, hopefully.
You had a couple of fights with Daniel. You had a fight out in Dubai, I think it was, a first round stoppage. Then you had a fight, I think it was in north of England, some in Newcastle perhaps.
Yeah.
I mean, the fight in Newcastle was a particularly tough fight. People weren't expecting it to be as hard as it was for you. What's your thoughts on that now?
Yeah, what it was, I'd done a good over 10-week training camp for the Dubai fight, and I was doing 15 rounds a day basically. And I got after the fight, I got a phone call about 5 days later saying, "Do you want to fight next week?" And I was thinking of money. I said, "Yeah, you're right." But what I needed was rest, and the fight looked really tough, and the guy looked really strong, but he didn't hurt me. It's just I couldn't keep my legs up from just from training for so long. So I shouldn't have took it, but I was glad to get away with the win. But now the lessons learned.
Regards to the fight in Newcastle, was it your shout to take that fight? Were you basically self-managing at that point?
Yeah, I mean, me and Daniel talked about it, and I was because I'm used to Team GB. I'm used to fighting straight after another, and that's what I thought. But I nearly paid the price.
After that fight, yourself and Daniel parted ways. How did that come about? What was your thoughts?
Well, no bad feelings and stuff like that. So I mean, but obviously I'm closer to Newport. Maybe I should have stayed at my stake. Maybe it was my bad, but no bad feelings with Daniel. And obviously, hopefully, he's the same with me. And I've come back to my original coach, and we're working great. Looking forward to fighting again. And I got a phone call. It was meant to be yesterday off MTK. But that's going to be today now, and hopefully they give me a date.
After you left Daniel's gym in my stag, you went off the radar for a little bit. I mean, how close were you to quitting boxing at that point?
Well, what I was just settled in with an ex-partner, and I weren't focused at all. And in the end, I thought, look, there's no point now, and I just quit. But now I'm on my own. I got my head focused, and all I do, I'm literally running every morning. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I go running about 6. And then I train with Tony and stuff. But I try and get you 3 days a week, and the rest I train in Barry then.
I was talking to Morgan Jones from Aberdare, the Welsh super middleweight champion, the other day, and he was telling me how important mental strength in a boxer is, and how important it is to be mentally prepared, almost as much as physically prepared going into a fight.
Yeah, I most definitely agree in it. Everyone got to be mentally prepared, and it's like the scariest feeling in the world going into that ring. But as soon as you hear that bell, you're like, what was I waiting for? But you've got to put the work in, otherwise, after round 2 or 3, you're knackered, and they catch up to you eventually.
It's surprising, people who possibly only know you as a boxer, and they've seen you box on television, they see a little bit cocky, a little bit flashy, flamboyant man who seems so confident, so much self-belief, so full of himself almost. Yeah. And that when you actually meet Andrew Selby in person, you seem like a different guy. You're quiet, you're almost a little bit shy.
Yeah, I'm most definitely shy, especially with interviews. After the fight, I might give you something to laugh about, but I'm a complete opposite. I'm not cocky. I say I am when I'm training, but I'm not. I just like to get fun out of it. Otherwise, I get bored of it. And to be honest, if you knew me the inside, possibly no one, has struggled as bad as I've struggled in. But I don't like talking about it, so that's why I've come back to boxing, and I'm happy again.
You are one of the best ever amateur boxers from Wales. Just type in Andrew Selby online and there'll be so many things saying what a brilliant, amazing fighter you are.
Yeah.
Does that put pressure on you? Do you feel the pressure of expectation from people?
Before, all it was pressure, and maybe that's why I didn't enjoy. Now I have nothing to lose, and I got a certain someone to prove wrong. No names, but yeah. So, and I got to prove myself wrong. But I still know I'm faster, I'm stronger, so I could move up to super flyweight. But I still want my European title, and I want a world title of flyweight. So, whatever his name, that Mexican who takes steroids, I want him too. Yeah.
You mentioned the Mexican. Martinez, yeah, I presumed it was Martinez. What did you think of J.HARRIS's performance against Martinez?
Oh, what a performance! Like, can't slag off J.HARRIS. He took his shots. He went down with a body shot like I did, and he got back up and carried on going. What a performance! But was Martinez taking steroids on that fight too? They try and blame it on the red meat or whatever they're eating. I was eating meat out there. None of us got tested when we even fought. So I don't know, but big credit to J.HARRIS, and that's a big future fight for me as well, for Wales and Great Britain.
It's interesting that yourself, J.HARRIS and Daniel Chapman, all around the sort of same weight. I mean, Wales is only a tiny country, really. There's only 3 million people, and yet Wales has produced 3 world-class flyweights, all in and around the same time as well.
Yeah. Who? Me, Harris, and Martinez.
Sorry, Daniel Chapman.
Yeah, no, he's much heavier.
Well, yeah, but when you were amateurs, you were all around the same weight.
He was a weight lighter than me. And then he went. I've always stayed flyweight. Then he went a weight heavier. And I remember he boxed Harris about 5 times, I think. And he boxed Harris in championships. The last one I think.
2011, I think.
Yeah, and they were great rivalries. Yeah, I think Chapman had the more wins. I think Harris won 1. But yeah, I got nothing bad to say about the pair of them. But obviously I will never be boxing Chapman. And Harris, it would be lovely to share a ring with him and show who's best in Wales. I still believe I'm the best in the world.
Regarding J.HARRIS, I think I'm right in saying that even though you're on the same weight, you're in the same country, you've never sparred together?
No, never ever sparred. No, not even on Welsh squad. I don't think we was on Welsh squad together, I'm not sure. But no, I don't think we sparred.
Looking towards the future, you sort of preempted a question I was going to ask you. Is your plans to still stay a flyweight? I mean, you've been at the weight division a long time now.
Yeah, my weight's going up and down at the moment. Now I'm about 9 stone. But about 2 weeks ago, I was only 8.5 stone. So I started eating to build it up. So my plan is to get the European and the world a flyweight. And then super flyweight, I got the names like Cal Yafai, Charlie Edwards. They're massive fights for Great Britain. And then I could finish off a bantamweight. And to be honest, I was in WSB a bantamweight, and I didn't lose a fight. And that was my best weight. So there's 3 weights for me out there.
So, as you mentioned at the start of the interview, you're back here training with Tony Borg in St Joseph's in Newport. What's it like to be back in your original boxing gym? Yeah,
it's wicked. It's not really serious. We all have a good laugh as well, but we put in the work 100%. Like even the circuits are killing us. So I mean, we're fighting fit all the time. Well, I ain't at the moment, but everyone is in the gym. So it's great.
And when can we expect some fight news from you? I know you mentioned MTK going to be contacting you later today, perhaps?
Yeah, they was meant to contact me yesterday, but they must have been busy. So hopefully today now. And I know they got 3 shows in March, I think. So maybe the end of March or early April, I'll be fighting ready. I want to look for an 8-rounder first fight, then get straight back in there.
And how many fights do you think you would need before you're ready to step up for maybe a world title fight or an eliminator, sorry?
Well, I was mandatory to fight for the European, and then I think COVID and that started. So I want one more my fight, and hopefully if I'm mandatory still, I don't know if I am because of COVID and the rankings. I want one more my fight, and then I want a European, and then maybe defend that and just go straight for the world. There's 4 champions in my weight anyway, so.
And based on your training camp you've done since you've been back here in Newport, and I presume you've done sparring, I mean, how much out of 10 are you? What sort of level are you at the moment?
Yeah, I've just been doing pad work, running, bag work. So I'm pretty decent. I haven't sparred yet because obviously it's no need to get bleeding noses and that, even though I don't get it sometimes. But yeah, there's no point getting punched about yet, unless I got a date. But we will. I was meant to go and spar in England this week, but obviously my trainer said there's no point, like I just said. But we will start sparring within the next week or 2, just to get the moving around and see what it's like, see how my defence is and stuff. Okay,
Andrew, I noticed you got a t-shirt on there, Andrew Selby, training camp Barry. Is that something you're involved in now? Is that a personal training you're doing?
No, it's an old top. I thought it would look good for camera.
There we go, Andrew Selby, AC superstar.
Can I say something? Of
course you can, Andrew.
Follow me on Instagram, Selby006. I got a blue tick now.
And I believe, am I right in saying your Twitter account is, you're not using that anymore?
No, because there's so many people on there who hide behind their keyboards and slag me off, but they don't know me. If they knew me, I'd probably give them a tenner if I had it.
And
They like to keyboard stuff.
That's something which I have actually explained to people, that people don't realise, even when they're making comments online to world famous boxers like yourself, comments do hurt sometimes. People don't realise that.
Yeah, that's no, I take it to heart, so I delete the app. So, but someone slagged me off because of this tattoo, and that was 2 days ago. They said because he killed so many people, and then they called me some swear words. I almost deleted Instagram, but I'm not. I blocked him, but I ain't gonna delete Instagram. Yeah, I want to get my followers up now. Get back out there.
Yeah, so follow Andrew Selby on Instagram,
yeah,
not
Selby,
on Twitter.
Not Twitter. I might come back on Monday, but Selby006 on Instagram.
Okay, well, we'll try and put a link up for you. Just want to say, Andrew, it's great to see you here today. I've watched you in the amateurs and the pros, and I think everyone in Welsh boxing and British boxing felt we just want you all to do the best of your ability, to be the great boxer that we all feel you can be.
Yeah, thank you very much. If you're staying, you can see me on the pad to see if I still got it.
Okay, cheers, Andrew. I look forward to that. Cheers, mate. Thanks for your time.
Hello, Selby Pontypridd. Can I take your order, please?